Okay, this is a tutorial on how to replace the A-handle plate for McDonald's Johnson. This is the new plate and that's the old plate. Okay, first thing you need to do is to remove the silicone out of the inside of these two holes. So what I do is I've created a little simple tool, which is a drill chuck with a 6mm drill bit. It fits really nicely in there, and you can extract the silicone. If you want to use a 5.5, you're most welcome. You can see we're pulling out the silicone out of there. Right. So once you've done that, you take a flathead screwdriver with a small blade and unscrew the two screws. Okay, you may need to push in and hear a click. What that does, it will raise the plate slightly out of the housing of the head. Just make sure it's out. Give it a couple of taps. It's not the easiest to pull out. It's probably because the seal is stuck to it. As you can see, the seal there. Okay, just be gentle with the seal and take it off and save that for later. Okay. The next step would be to identify the different colors. You've got obviously the common running through the center of the switches there, which is black. Then you've got yellow, blue and white, green and blue. Now what I generally do is I'll take the new plate and I will write the colors right near there. So it's going to be yellow, blue, white, and blue and green. So there will be no confusion when you're soldering back up. After a while you will actually remember which ones are which. So the next step is you'll see that inside the cable goes into the handle. You should be able to pull a little bit on that. There's a little bit of give in there. So the reason why I did that is just to give myself a little bit of room to work with. So take your soldering iron and disconnect the cables. Okay, what I also do is I try to keep the common cable intact. It will save you a lot of time rather than cutting it all off and soldering again, because the way Penny and Giles have prepared the common cable is that it pulls through. You may need to take some solder away. Okay, so that's the old plate, that's the new plate. As you can see, the common wire here has got obviously little sections where the cover has been stripped, and that's the little contact points for the common. So what I do is just slightly clean up the connections here, so when I put them onto the new switches, they're easy to manipulate. Okay, now we are ready to solder on the wires onto the new plate. So what I first do is take the common and route it through all the switches. Should really clean this one up here. Okay, before actually continuing on, I will go and solder on the first pin so it doesn't move. So. Now the common has been completed, and we can move on to the next stage, which is the colours. So as we've marked them already, they should be pretty simple. Let's have a look. Let's start with the back ones. Okay, so double check the colours: blue and white, green, blue and yellow. So all that remains is to put the seal back on, give it a little bit of a clean. Okay, so this back in place. Place the plate down and screw in the screws. And you have basically completed the job. There's one more little thing, and that's to seal the screws. So I've got rid of all the old silicone. So what I simply do is squeeze the silicone into the hole, like so. Okay. Take a rag, just to actually get rid of the excess. And you'll get some on the actual grip, but that's not a problem. So, and just polish that silicone away. And you know where the silicone still is because on the plastic it shows up very shiny. But it's nice and neat. Make sure there's no silicone anywhere else, just to clean the job up. And you have completed.